puffing and taking her own sweet time. She's a fussing and a guzzling and running me way behind. Sleeper lost a corner when I jackknifed my trailer last year. It's beat all to hell and hung up in damn 6 gear. I wish somebody would trick my truck, 'cause it's broker than you know what. Squeaking louder than a rubber duck. Ain't nothing but a steel get stuck. This thing's slower than a one-wheel drive. Can't even get it up to 45. Come on, show me some love. Somebody trick my truck.
What's up, everybody? It's Sunday night. Juan's in the house. I saw that mess, Juan. Yeah. Talking about some country music. You know, we got to listen to some Tony Justice. I got to educate y'all, you know, spread the knowledge of the Tony Justice, you know. I got to help y'all out for, you know, culturally deprived people like Juan, you know. So, Stu Man, choosing the house. CPAP. Yeah, man, CPAP, you got some signal issues up there in the woods of New York. Can't get on. I don't know what you. I think you need one of those. You know how sometimes you're out in the country and you see the farmhouse and they got that big antenna up the side, like on all this. You need one of those on the truck. Kaislyn, you need to hush there. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yep, Michael P. Tony Justice. That's right. We got to listen to Tony Justice. No, Burger, I was listening to something far better than Pantera. I'm not sure exactly what that is. But Tony Justice, by far, much better. But I'm glad you're here. I don't know, Snorlord, am I froze up? Is everybody else having, everybody else seeing me okay? Or is it Snorlord? Oh, no, he fixed it. He fixed it. Okay. Yeah, we're in Indiana. I should have pretty good signal. I'm in Lebanon, Indiana at the Flying J off of I-65. And, whoa, Kaislyn is out in time. Hang on. Play the little news, breaking news. Kaislyn is out of timeout. They gave you a load. Holy hell. Where they send you? Is it a load to Montana? $400 miles to Indiana. Man, that's a home run. That's a home run on that little sliding scale you got. That's a higher rate per mile. Shoot ya. Good job. Good job. Keep it up. So, Pantera. I'll have to check it out. I'll check it out when I'm not live. And, well, hell, you know what, though? I've got this other phone here. So we'll just pull up YouTube over here on this other phone. And I don't know, Burger, I'm not really sure, you know. I'm not in Europe all of a sudden. I didn't take my truck and move the steering wheel. But something's up with the iPhones is all I can say. I don't know what's going on. Let's search on the YouTube for Pantera. I'm probably going to get the Ford Pantera car. That's the only Pantera I know. Oh, this looks, woo, I don't know about this. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Just from the look of it, it looks rough. It looks rough, man. It looks, I don't know. They, let me see here. Let me see if I can find, do they have anything that's G-rated? You know, I listen to country, so I don't like, you know, I have tender ears. We don't dig all that cussing and fussing. I'm broken.
I got a car.
Oh, it's a commercial.
I don't mean I shop for a car. I meant I went
I can skip in 1 second. I'm broken. Uh, Not feeling it. Sorry. Uh, yeah, Burger, it's an iPhone thing. Something's up with that. I'm not really sure what's going on. Uh, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out later on when I can dig into it a little further. It seemed a little, I don't know. Like, I like some AC/DC. That's about as heavy as I can get into. Old CPAP, hush your stuff. Take your like away. uh, I like AC/DC though, so if it's somewhat similar, I would like it if I listen to it a little bit. I don't know. That didn't sound too hard, right there. It wasn't crazy. I don't know. He wasn't singing though. I can't get into the yelling. I like to sing. I got a runny nose all of a sudden. I like to be able to sing with the radio, and so I got to be able to know what they're saying. And this is no offense to people that like that kind of music. Everybody's got different taste. But how about at least Metallica Black Album? They got different colors. I don't know. Dimebag Daryl. That sounds like a drug dealer. But anyway, that's right, Michael P. That's right. I'm country all the way, and I'm not even about this new country crap. That country rap where they're kind of rap talking. I don't listen to that bullshit. Oh, I guess I just cussed. But I like the old shit. 80s, 70s, early 90s maybe. That's about where I fall off. But anyway, I know y'all aren't here to hear about country music. Michael P, though, he's got good taste. I can tell that. So, but, yeah, I wanted to go live tonight. There you go, Big Rich. That's the ones. That's the ones. I can listen to that all day. All day. But, I want to do a little video this week, or tonight. Hadn't been on in a little bit, but man, sometimes you have these weeks, and Snorlord, your virgin Catholic ears are bleeding, Harold. What the hell are you talking about, Juan? Oh, because I let a curse word slip out? Yeah, okay. But Snorlord calls them video game days, where it's like trying to play Frogger or maybe, Mario Brothers or something from back when I was a kid. But, it's just like everything that seems like it can go wrong goes wrong. And it's like, it just seems like it's a, video game type deal. Well, I've had a video game week, except for this load that I'm currently on. It has been odd, to say the least. It's kind of funny because I had just had a talk with my brother and about how the spot market thing was working out. We went on that camping trip and whatnot, and kind of commented that I guess I jinxed myself, right? I guess I jinxed myself because talking with a buddy of mine too, he's still at a carrier, and I was talking about, everybody asks when you get into the spot market, everything's live load, live unload, and oh man, you're gonna waste so much of your time at the docks, you're gonna be there hours and hours, and anybody who's in the spot market should know, because this has been my experience and most of the people I've talked to. That's just not how it usually is. For the most part, it's maybe an hour, 2 hours sometimes. And sometimes it's way less than that. I've been many places, 30 minutes or less in and out. So I was kind of we had a conversation about that. Well, then I roll into this week, and I booked 2 loads back to back, and they happened to be with the same broker, but neither of the issues were broker related. They were shipper related on both ends. I haven't been live, but it's been out there in a couple other people's videos. I left home Tuesday this week, this past Tuesday, and pulled a load out of Georgia, right there in the town I live in, up to Columbus, Ohio, and made really good money. I was very pleased with the load. I actually made more on that load to haul half of a trailer load from the same place that I had carried my load home to, if you follow that. My load home before I went on vacation, I went to this little place. Now, I live in a small town. There's not very much that goes on there. What's going on, Jeff? But so anyway, I went to this place and delivered my load going home for the vacation, and ended up I booked the load right back out of this little place, the same exact product, a week later when I come back. And I made more hauling it back to Ohio than I did bringing it from Ohio to Georgia, and it was only half a load going to Ohio, where I brought a whole load down. But anyway, so I did good on that. Got up there Wednesday and dropped that off. Now Tuesday, I had found a load. One of the easier brokers to book a load with, and it was my first one with them. Booked it for Wednesday out of it's Groveport, Ohio, right there on the south side of Columbus. Jeff's doing yard work, getting ready to install. Tomorrow going to sweat. You should be more going to Georgia than to Ohio from Georgia. That's exactly right, CPAP. But right now, produce is hot and heavy out of South Georgia, where I live. I live in Southwest Georgia. I'm only about, if you get off exit 62 on I-75, that's what runs over to where I live. So, I'm only an hour from Florida. So, it's watermelon season down there. And if you look up on the DAT board, just do a vented van search. It's just loads coming out the wazoo for vented van. And so the brokers know that, and the broker told me that point blank. That's what this load is paying, because my customer knows he's going to have to pay on freight coming out of the south. Yeah, see, there goes Big Rich was down there. Couldn't find anything that didn't require a vented van. That's all that's down there right now. And yeah, it's watermelon overload. Yeah, and Snorlord is right. I am not metal, not a metal person. But anyway, so I got a load back up to Ohio, and that delivered Wednesday. I booked the load out of Groveport. Picked up Wednesday at noon. I missed something. Anyway, got to the shipper at about 11 o'clock for a 1:30 pickup, and the shipper told me it was actually 2 o'clock, but they said they were running 3 to 4 hours behind. Well, ended up I didn't get loaded till 3:30 the next morning, and had a load. It was going down to Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Ended up having to stay there a couple of more hours so that I could start my clock a little later and just roll straight to Goodlettsville. So I was at that shipper for 15 hours before I got loaded. I ended up staying there about 19 hours, parked in the parking lot, and took a little nap before I hit the road the next morning. It was by far the longest I've had any kind of a wait in this business since I've been in the spot market. And the broker, the only issue I had with them was they capped the detention at a rate that I didn't feel was adequate for the amount of time that it was, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? It's a rare thing to sit for that long, and I'll just take that into consideration when I quote rates to them in the future. But anyway, so once I got loaded finally, rolled out Thursday morning straight down to Goodlettsville, Tennessee, and got down there. I had a window until 3. I intentionally waited that morning to leave and get there right around 2 o'clock because I had another load to pick up that evening with the same broker. And so anyway, roll down there, make my delivery. The shipper that held me up for 15 hours, they didn't even put all of the product on the trailer, so we had a little issue with that. Got that handled, and then rolled over to Lebanon, Tennessee Thursday afternoon, and had a load to pick up going to Beaver Dam, Wisconsin for Saturday morning. And got over there about 4 o'clock Thursday, had a 6 p.m. appointment, and sat in the dock. They got me out of there right at 6 o'clock. And I rolled out about 6. I was happy. Everything was good to go. It was supposed to be a light load. The broker told me they were thinking 10,000 pounds. I rolled out at like 3,800. I'm all good to go, right? So I head out, and I get almost up to Kentucky line. I decided to go up through through Illinois on 57 and all going to Beaver Dam. I get almost to Kentucky line. I mean, exit like whatever, mile marker 6 or whatever. I get a call from the broker, and they tell me that the shipper has left half my load off, and I need to go back. Now, at this point, I'm 65 miles from the shipper. I've made it 65 miles. And so as you can imagine, I'm like off into space. And I pull over at the next exit number 4, so I'm 67 miles from the shipper. I get Jeff involved, and we get with the shipper. I mean, we get with the broker, and you know, because at that point it's not just Michael P. You were right. Michael P. You were right. Yeah, that's where I'm going, CPAP. At that point, it's not just go back and pick up the rest of the load. We're talking 134 miles of, you know, out to where I was at and back to the shipper to start all over, right? Now, the other problem I had was, now because of that fiasco with the previous load, 15 hours at the shipper and all that, I'm like really looking forward to getting to Oak Grove, Kentucky, right? There's going to be a truck stop with a shower and some food. So I'm 20 miles from there at this point. I'm at exit 4 in Tennessee, almost the Kentucky line. When we figured this out that I've got to go back, I have just enough time on my 14 to make it back to the shipper. So basically, when I get back there, I'm done out for the day. So I'm really, really bad, you know, upset about that, because now it's going to be another night. No truck stop, you know. I mean, that's part of the game. We deal with that, you know. It just sucked. But anyway, so we had to get the broker involved. You know, we had to talk about some more money, because that was another 137 miles on the rate. Now, we also had to talk about the potential for a missed appointment. And I did. I had a few days of dieting. That's exactly what I had. I was living on vending machines and Chex Mix. And no, CPAP, they ain't gonna give you no $1,000 more for 134 miles. Come on now. I booked the road. The load was over a $3 a mile run to go to Wisconsin, and I got $350 more to do the 134 miles back, and you know, rounding round. So, looking thinner. So. The only thing that really sucked about it was I had to spend the night in the cul-de-sac in front of their place, because they closed down not a full, yes, Snorlord. Next, you know, I was only going to be out here a week and a half this time, and I didn't get back in town from vacation the night before I left in time to go do grocery shopping and everything. And so I'm like, oh, it's only a week and a half. And I don't want to say a command. Exit. Exit. I was only a week and a half And so I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just do the truck stops. It's only a week and a half. It'll be fine. Well, then I end up with that shipper delay and then stuck outside the shipper because they can't put the load on the truck. Breaking news. LeBron James is going to L.A. But anyway, not that I care. I don't watch basketball. Nothing against it. I just not into it. But it come across the phone there. So anyway, that was the sucky part. Had to spend the night there in front of the customer. Ended up not having a problem making it to the delivery on Saturday morning. Hustled all day Friday. Made it from Lebanon, Tennessee to Madison, Wisconsin. And shut down there Friday night, and then did the 40 whatever miles it was into Beaver Dam on Saturday morning. So ended up not being too bad, but Big Road Little Truckin' says, evening, Papa. Hey, Jeff, are you still in here? Tell her I want pizza. I saw Big Ridge said if I was in Texas, they'd deliver me a pizza. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was where I was sitting at in Lebanon was, it was called Lebanon, Tennessee, but it really wasn't. It was off of 840 and it was really nothing else around. And so I called 4 pizza places. 3 of them said they didn't deliver there. 1 of them said they didn't deliver at all. And I'm like, well, I guess that's not a chance. Hey, if you're looking for a Freightliner core, not a glider, look up Jordan Truck Sales in Carrollton, Georgia. They got one. It's a nice one too. It's not I like Fitzgerald gliders. I like the people. I'm not a fan of their in-house engine. But the one that Jordan has is a guy there locally to them in Georgia, and he buys them as a powered glider from Freightliner, then puts the trans and the rears in. So that to me that's a better way to do it. So it comes from the factory with the engine completely installed, all your water pump, alternator, and everything. All that's done right at the factory. It's got a 14 liter in it, not the 12.7. I guess Jeff got off here. He's busy doing his yard. Roscoe's sleeping. I think he left at 5 a.m. He called me at 6 a.m. CPAP, he woke me up too. I was sleeping in kind of late. I didn't have about 4 hours to drive today, so I was in no hurry to get up and get going. And he called me at he must not have been on the phone with you long, because I want to say it was about 7 o'clock. Woke me up. And I guess I went ahead and got on up and got ready to go. Burger James is over there near you. He's in Baltimore. He's at that TA on the north side of Baltimore, Burger. Oh, well, that's what it was. Whenever you hung up with him, he decided he'd call me and wake me up. And he's the one talking about I'm waking everybody else up. But yeah. That's what I was telling him, Burger. I said, man, you make sure you go do all your business while the sun is still up. And make sure you got your padlocks on your trailers. And when the sun goes down, you stay in that truck with the doors locked. And maybe even put your seatbelts through the door handles. Because it's not it's been a long time since I've been in that TA. I'll admit that. So I'm not gonna say I have the most authority on that TA, but when I was there, it was not very good. Now that has been a long time, mainly because of my experience. The once that I was there, I have not gone back. Yeah, serious firepower. Yeah. I told him to leave his park lights on in case, that would leave the lights on the bottom of the trailer and all. That way nobody could be hiding in there, between the two trailers in the dark. I said, just run your park lights tonight all night. And you open the door, you'll be able to see back behind you, down the side of your trailer, somebody standing back there. But anyway, yeah, he's only 9 miles from his delivery though, so I told him that was probably his best bet, even though the condition of the truck stop for tomorrow morning, rather than dealing with Baltimore traffic, coming from Hagerstown or something. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. I'm with you, Big Rich. I'm with you. It's been a crazy week. You know what? I still made good money. They'd be worried about burning out $3 light bulbs. You're probably right. You're probably right. That's I didn't think about it like that, but yeah. But well, Kaislyn, just get it from James. He's got it. Just get it from him, or whoever else has got it. I don't mind. But yeah, he's gonna have traffic because of the 4th. I mean, I've got to load.
Say a command.
I booked early because I'm trying to be home Friday in Georgia, and I had this load coming over here to Whitestown, Indiana, for tomorrow morning. It's actually a pumpkin load. Yeah, somebody showed me that one. It's a pretty good trick if you're in an area that's pretty rough and you're a deep sleeper where somebody could get in your truck, because there's some of these other truck keys open, I know, at the door, but you run your seatbelt through the door handle and then click it into the clip it in like you're wearing it, and the door won't open. The seatbelt's gonna hold it shut. You ain't breaking that seatbelt without a cutter. But anyway, had this load delivering here in Whitestown, Indiana tomorrow, and need to be home Friday. I'm going on vacation to Tennessee. Okay, that might have been where I seen it, Burger. I'm not gonna say I did or didn't, but oh Lord. So anyway, normally I don't book this far in advance on the spot market, just because you can usually get better rates the closer to the pickup you can get. But anyway, this was on Friday when I booked this load here. It picked Saturday, delivered Monday, and I normally like to have my Monday pickup booked by Friday afternoon. I don't really like to wait and book a load as I'm at the receiver. I know that's when you can get the absolute best rates usually. I make good enough money for me that, I mean, I'm not at all unhappy with my rate, and I think it's a really good rate, and I don't book the last minute. I know some people prefer to do it that way, to each their own. Not saying that's wrong, not saying it's stupid. I just don't prefer to do it that way. So I usually book my Monday pickup on Friday. Well, with the holiday being Wednesday and need to be home Friday, I didn't really know which way I needed to go on Monday to be able to get a Tuesday load to run south, because really that's what I was kind of trying to do, was pick a Tuesday, put a sign on your door that reads 2 bullets cost less than a few bucks. It is worth a few bucks. What? Is it worth the few bucks I have in cash? So anyway, I didn't know. I'm going next to the Amazon there. Anyway, I didn't know where to head Monday out of this area because I was trying to make sure I got to the south Thursday or Friday. And so what I did is I did a reverse search, or I did a search from this. What did I do? I did a search on the DAT board from Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, picking up on Tuesday, going to Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama for Thursday. And I ended up finding a load out of Michigan, picking up Tuesday, going for Thursday to Jacksonville, Florida. And got a really good rate on it. I say really good rate. It's a really good rate for the amount of miles it is. It's not like knock down the house to tell everybody about it, but it's a good rate. And so I said, okay, I need to get a load lined up. No, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Jacksonville. So anyway, I told the lady, now this was a pumpkin load. I don't have a problem telling you that. I'm not going to tell you what I booked it for. But anyway, it's going to Florida. And I told the lady, hey, I'm trying to get home. We'd already agreed on the rate. I said, I just need to get a load for Monday to get up there on Tuesday and pick it up. So she said, oh, that's fine. I'll hold it for about 30 minutes for you. I said, cool. So I got back on the board, put in this area where I'm going to be tomorrow, up to where that shipper is at, and I found a load for a broker we were already set up with as well. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Got that one done at a rate that I was happy with, and then called the other lady back and booked that load down. And now I know that I'm going to be in Jacksonville on Thursday, and that way, I just need to be home by Friday night. So I should be able to find a short one out of Jacksonville over to South Georgia, Middle Georgia, maybe Southeast Alabama, maybe even over into the Panhandle of Florida, and then just go home from there. So I'm looking to get something like that Thursday over that way for either Thursday afternoon or Friday, most likely Friday. But what's Big Rich saying here? Basically, I'll pop a cap in someone's ass. I thought someone was breaking into my house last night. Went outside in my underwear with a mag light, a Glock, and a sack full of craziness. 27 cents and a silver bullet. Oh, I got a hiccup. That's not always the case, CPAP. I got my second load in the spot market. Come to the Keystone? Man, I don't know. I don't know. I've been there once in the spot market. I went to carried a load out of Cordele, Georgia to Binghamton. If anybody knows, it actually wasn't Cordele, it was Kathleen, Georgia, to Binghamton, New York. We all know what that is. Yeah, there was a rate that I couldn't say no to going to Binghamton, New York. And did that, and then I ended up having to come down to, Meliella. 45 Hydroshocks. 45's okay. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. Peanut butter for hiccups? Never heard that. Help you move? Okay, I see why you want me to come out. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'll go home this Friday. This coming Friday, and we're leaving Sunday to go to Tennessee until the following Saturday, and then I should be back on the road that next Monday. So like the 16th or something like that, I'll be back on the road. But anyway, I'll have to try that. I don't have any peanut butter on hand, but I'll have to look into that. But yeah, CPAP, every time my second load with the spot market went to Alachua, Florida. Take that back, Ocala. Alachua. I was right the first time, Alachua. And I headed back up to Jacksonville. And I'm not going to tell you where I went because I don't want you to get it from me. I'm just kidding. I pulled a load out of Jacksonville. Okay, you won't need me to the 22nd. There you go. Pulled a load out of Jacksonville to Cairo, Georgia. 200 miles, 220 miles. And it was $750. I'm hoping to find it. She told me then that she has several of those a week. So I'm hoping that I get one of those again Thursday if they still have that. If they still have that lane, that's what I'm looking for, because that'd be perfect. Thursday for Friday. Cairo, Georgia's. Cairo, Georgia's maybe an hour from the house. Maybe more like 45 minutes probably. So. That's what I'm really hoping to find. $750, run me right to the house. Oh yeah, CPAP. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of interested. I know we're not in a competition, but I know you put your numbers out. Except for you had that Cricket Wireless messing with you. I didn't do as good as I have been the first couple of months. I was off more this month than I have in the past because it's the summer and we're taking a couple of vacations, and I'm gonna take, I had a niece's birthday that we ended up doing a family camp trip for, and it lined up that 2 weeks later we're taking a family trip to Tennessee, so it's kind of all right together. And then I had 2 times the truck was down in the shop. So, but you know where I'm talking about there, Burger. You know where I'm talking about. Hell, I was down there. Yeah, I was around Valdosta, Cairo, Tifton, bounced around a bit down there. Okay, yeah, I live just outside of Albany, just north of Cairo and west of Tifton. So if you got off in Tifton on Highway 82 West, it's 45 minutes to Albany. Juan is currently trying to get his hands on a German service used 9mm SIG and a 9mm Beretta. There you go. I've got. I like 9mm. To me, I know that 45 packs more punch. Blah blah blah. I like 9mm for concealed carry. No, Johnny Sacco, none of us are on the Southwest. I'm sorry. I live in the Southeast. That's like a extravagant trip, and that I don't stay gone long enough usually to go all out that far. And because if you did, I guess I could. Let me back that up. Let me back that bus up. Put that cart back in the barn. I technically do stay out long enough to run to the Southwest, say New Mexico, Arizona. I'm not freaking going to California. Ain't happening. But anyway, I do run long enough to go out there and come back. The problem is when you box yourself in out of the Southwest to go into a specific area, that's when you have to take a cheaper rated load because you've got to be in a certain spot. Where you make a good rate is when you can go anywhere. You're not locked down having to go to a certain spot. And so for me to go to the Southwest, say Albuquerque or Phoenix, something like that, I would have to then turn and come right back to South Georgia, because that's as long as I care to stay out. About 2 weeks is all I care to do. I did 3 the last go around because I had a truck repair bill, and I knew I had all this time off coming, so I did 3 weeks to kind of get a little bit ahead. Even though I really didn't need to, I just kind of wanted to. So anyway, and I may stay out 3 weeks. I may stay out 3 weeks after I come back from the Tennessee vacation. I'm not sure yet. I have to see how I feel. What's Johnny Sacco saying? Big Ridge said he saw some loads out of there but didn't want to venture too far off the interstate. Man, if you're in South Georgia, you got to venture off the interstate because that's where most everything is. In South Georgia, it's off the interstate. Yeah, one Jeff used to when he was with Landstar. Yeah, he's talked a lot. He used to go to LA a lot back in the day at Landstar. No money in the Southwest. Yeah. SIG is for guys with puny hands. What? What's all that about, Johnny? I don't know what's all that about. CPAP doesn't go past 35. Juan begs to differ with Johnny. My EDC is a 40. I have a 1911 45, but I only open carry it when every once in a while. EDC. Burger says, I will stay out about a week and a half and then I'll be needed in the Keystone. Okay. All right. There we go. Got to make those plans. I like Southern Georgia. What? Burger, let's talk about that for a second. I don't need to know your address right now, but what part of the Keystone are we talking about? What part? Trigger kicks back and pinches his fingers. That means you're holding it wrong. That's all that means. Glock is perfect fit for me, man. I have the compact 40, the Glock 23, everyday carry. I like guns and I carry, guns and stuff. I'm not like an avid collector or anything. I don't have a whole bunch. I've only got 2 pistols. I've got a Smith & Wesson 9mm Shield, which is kind of the smaller version. The one closest to Ohio. Big Road Little Trucking asks how far I'm from Crawford, Athens. I got family roots around there. I'm originally only about an hour from Athens. When I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia. Now I would say Athens is about 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Probably about 3 hours, because a lot of it's through the woods. Because I live down in Southwest Georgia, north of Pittsburgh. Like, okay, between there and 80, I guess. Steeler country. But yeah, I've got that Smith & Wesson 9mm Shield. I like it. It fits my hand good. I'm not a big guy, so I don't have huge hands. There's probably a joke in there somewhere. I don't give a damn. I'm not, what would you look like? You'd look like Hamburger Helper with them big mittens, I guess. But anyway, so I like the size of the Shield. And it's a compact, okay. All right, that's not too bad, Burger. We could deal with that. I've been down 79 a bunch. Used to go to Clarion and Shippensville, Emlenton quite a bit. But I like that Shield. And then I've got that Kimber, the smaller version of the Kimber. I forget the exact, it's not a pro carry or anything like that. It's a, I don't have it with me at the moment. But I like that gun a lot. I like a 1911 style pistol, but the full-size 1911 is just too big and heavy for concealed carry. And I like concealed carry. That's, I don't need everybody to know I got it. I'm not trying to show it off. I got it for me if I need it. And a big 911 5-inch barrel 45 caliber, that's just too much to be putting up under your shirt, digging all into your side when you sit down in a restaurant or something like that. So I got that Kimber. It's a 9mm 7+1, and that's all you need, or all I need. I'm not telling anybody what to do. That's all I care to have. I like the 1911 style, but it's smaller. And So anyway, that's what I've got. Then I got a Mosin Nagant rifle. Burger's about an hour or so south of Clarion. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. I used to when I worked the private fleet, we would do Clarion, Shippensville, Emlenton, and then I would come back down 79 into West Virginia, and down 19 and 77 and all that, going back to Georgia because we just deadhead home. It was a private fleet. We didn't have outside insurance. They wanted us back to get another load of our own product. So, anyway, I don't know what's going on here. I'm losing this conversation. Oh, talking bad about Steelers. I got it. Big Rich, my Kimber's a 9mm, yeah. I'm burned like a French fry. Food Mooch, what you been doing? Laying in the sun or something? Laying out on the pavement? Burger, are you feeling what I'm feeling? I'm lost. I haven't been paying attention. I'm sorry, guys. Steeler country, I didn't get to go shoot. Oh, Snorlord was going to go shooting? You didn't get to go? I missed that comment altogether. I'm sorry, Snorlord. I guess you were planning to go to the shooting range but didn't get to go. Johnny Sacco. Oh, here's where Johnny Sacco's getting sideways. Steelers suck, so does Pittsburgh. Me personally, I don't care either way. I don't watch the NFL. West Virginia, oh my. Yeah, Burger. When I was doing that, he said you should stop in and say, "I didn't know you. I didn't know you then. I wasn't on YouTube. This is long before I was at Schneider, and I didn't do any of the YouTube stuff." HEK P30L. HK makes a nice pistol. I wouldn't mind a Walther. Yeah, my next, I've got 2 pistols, and I mean, there's a lot of pistols I would like to own, but my next gun purchase is going to be a lever gun. I want a lever rifle. I tried hunting one time. Being from Georgia, a lot of friends of mine are hunters, and talked me into getting a gun and buying all this camouflage and gonna go hunt deer and bring my trailer. Oh, I see what this is. I see what this is. Are we gonna have a Raycon involved? Now, Burger, no, I don't shoot enough to be doing all of that. I don't shoot nearly enough for all that. Nor do I care to. If I did shoot a bunch, I work hard. No, I doubt it highly. I work hard to make a good living. I'm going to the store and buy the bullets and shoot the lead out the end of it, and then I'll just go buy some more. I'm in Indiana. I'm in Lebanon, Indiana on 65. You'll pay me in Godson balls? CPAP is he's are you his broker, CPAP? You brokering that for him? 5K, is that what it is? But yeah, so anyway, my buddies taught me $2 per round. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if you shoot a lot of that, then yeah, and get into the reloading. I you know. But I used to so anyway, my buddies taught me into getting this lever gun and go do some deer hunting, right? And boy, I found out real quick that just wasn't for me. I am a fidgeting person. I can't sit still for hours on end. And you got to get in the woods like an hour before daylight so that you don't startle anybody and the deer and everything. And the whole time I was there, when it was starting to get daylight, you can't legally you're not supposed to shoot for light or whatever, however many minutes it is, I forget now. But pay CPAP 3K and subcontracted to him. But anyway, so as it was getting light, I'm looking. I could have swore that was a deer standing there, and I'm pulling the gun up, looking through the scope and looking through the binoculars, and I'm swearing it's a deer, but it's not really light enough, so I can't really tell. So I don't shoot. Thank God it was a bush. I'm just, as it got more daylight, I could realize, okay, that's just a bush down there. I'm like, I wasn't into it, and I tried it a couple of times. I don't like sitting for that long, I just don't like sitting around doing absolutely nothing for that amount of time. And so, anyway, yeah, CPAP, let him use your trailer. You're not going to be using it. The truck's going to be down. There's the solution right there. Food Mooch, I know. I was looking at, I sat here in the truck and watched the Chicago race today. Pretty wild finish. If anybody watched it, that was pretty daggone good finish. So yeah, I ended up selling that lever gun. I was driving, and it just sat, and it was a Marlin 30-30. And the buddies who got me into hunting, when I told them I wasn't going to be, that was into that for me, they're like, well, hey, what are you going to do with the gun? So I sold it to them for what I paid for it, or a slight bit less, and let them have it. But I want a lever gun, but I don't want it in 30-30. I mean, I know that's a good round for deer hunting and all. I want it in like 357, 45, just a pistol round. For one, they're cheaper. That's more what. That's why Food Mooch is burn up. He was at the race, man. What'd you think about that finish? What did you think about the finish, man? Was you booing? I hope you weren't booing. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, but I hope you weren't booing. Burger still needs me for the labor. Okay, all right. Well, we'll have to work on that. I don't know though, man. It's going to be rough to get me to come to Pennsylvania. Man, that is going to be tough. There you go. Okay. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan either, CPAP, but I'll tell you one thing. Just like the people who always booed and disliked when Jimmy Johnson was winning so much, appreciate the talent. Because that's exactly what happened to Richard Petty, too, when he was winning everything. Everybody gets tired of seeing somebody win all the time. Appreciate the talent. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan. I think his attitude absolutely sucks. He's an arrogant prick. But you know what? He's a damn good driver. So, you know what? I respect that. Johnny Sacco was right. PA has worse fuel prices anywhere, worse than California. But it's a really high IFTA. And if you're going to Pennsylvania, you should charge accordingly. Harvick did not get robbed. He got passed by Kyle Larson a long time before the end of the race. I don't know how he got robbed, but anyhow. So if you're going to PA, you charge your rate accordingly for the fuel price and the tolls. And then the fuel price is high, but you're paying it in IFTA, so it's helping your other states if you buy more fuel than what you burn. Food Mooch said Kyle Busch is the most fan-friendly driver. He will sign and take pictures with everybody. Well, that might be the case, but I don't think he's any more fan-friendly than some of the other ones. He might be more fan-friendly than some of the drivers, but I don't necessarily think he's the most fan-friendly. I simply have a problem with his poor attitude and the way he carries himself about when he's unhappy about things. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. Don't care for the guy personally. I admit he's a good driver. He's very, very talented. One of the best there ever has been. I'm easily say that, but don't like him. Danica Patrick is retired, Kaitlin. You need to jump to 2018. That's right, Food Mooch. Harvick did wear his stuff out. He said in the end, at the interview at the end, he got really tight in the last run. Snorlord is rooting for the cars that are the prettiest. There you go. Well, you would like Kyle Busch's today. It had rainbows and Skittles and American flags. It was a pretty cool looking car. High school chick? I don't know. I don't know about the high school chick. All the skeletons in CPAP closets say I'm their favorite. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. CPAP is freaking out because I'm drinking Mellow Yellow. But anyhow. Snorlord says if he was hanging out with Danica Patrick, he would go fast. There you go. Haley Deegan. Don't know that I've ever heard of her. Where's she from? Dirt track racing, I'm guessing right now, being she's 16. I imagine she's dirt track racing, right? Casey Kane fan because his favorite retired. I haven't watched it much. Well, who was your favorite? Oh, Johnny Sacco, man, you are just like the pot stirrer tonight. Just the pot stirring person. Just stir that damn pot. Harold, let's see. Thomas Wilson is going to October race Talladega. Will be there for 11 days. It's like Mardi Gras on steroids. You should try and come by. Yeah, actually, my two brothers and a cousin of mine go to Talladega in the spring and the fall and camp. It's kind of hard for me to get on board with it. I like NASCAR really a whole lot. My wife and kids absolutely can't stand it. Absolutely can't stand it. And, you know, I'm on the road, and so I usually try not, I usually don't do anything when I'm home that doesn't involve them. If I'm going to do something for me, it's usually planned while I'm already on the road, you know, when I go to the different truck shows, or I did catch the Martinsville race last year while I was on the road. You know, I do things like that while I'm out on the road. And then when I'm home, it's pretty much all with them. So if I can plan it out to where the Talladega deal is on the weekends that I'm working, you know, I might try to get over there, but I'm not sure. You know, of a race in the fall that I would be more interested in going to is the Charlotte Roval race. That's the one I would be more interested to go to. Just because I think that's going to be a barn burner. Kaislin doesn't watch anymore. He is with the times, though. Berger needs a hammer. Yes, Berger needs to... Actually, you know what? I got an iPhone now. You know what? Bam. I got an iPhone now, so we can do that. Okay, the Haley Deegan is in the NASCAR K&N West Series. Okay. Rusty Wallace was Kaislin driver that retired. Okay. Skeleton with the beard reminds me of Snorlord. I'm not sure what that's about. Women are poor driver. Casey Kane fan. Okay, I'm caught up. Rusty Wallace was his favorite. I like Ryan Newman and Casey Kane. Yeah, well, those are two good guys. Casey Kane's, I think, on the end of his deal. You know, he's got this year with Levine, mainly because Hendrick put him in that ride to buy him out of his contract, basically. He had another year under his Hendrick contract, but they needed room in that car, so they moved Casey to Levine, and Hendrick's paying that tab. But I think his career's about over with. CPAP, that was me. I was an Earnhardt Sr. fan through and through. And I was I was 19 when Senior passed. And well, I was torn up, buddy. You want to talk about upset? I was upset. And so Thomas is camped under second flag pole, both race second flag pole coming from Atlanta. That doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm sure my brothers and them do. Or occasionally, that is not cheating. That's called rubbing is racing. You can't. You knew you better get away. You better get out of the way. That's what you knew. When you saw that black number 3 coming up behind you, when he caught your ass, which he was going to, if you wasn't moving out the way, he was moving you out the way. That's what that meant. They didn't call him the Intimidator for nothing. Yeah, CPAP, I wasn't watching it that day. I actually had a Mustang at the time. We had gone to the drag strip. They did like a test and tune, streetcar deal. You just come and pay $10 and run your car. And we were over there that Sunday. I had the race being recorded and heard about it on the radio while we were there. On the way home, heard the radio news report that they had taken him to the hospital. And then I made it home just in time. Sat down to eat dinner with my parents. I was 18. And sat down to dinner with my parents and saw Mike Helton make the announcement that he had died. And that was a bad night. Yes, Kaislin, he did bump cars all the time because they needed to move the hell out of his way, because he had a car that was going to the front, and it was because of who was driving it. And if they didn't move out the way, he was moving them. Yeah, I'm going to have to take away your wrench. That's a good idea, CPAP. I'm going to have to take away your wrench, Kaislin. Talking that mess about Earnhardt. I don't even want to hear it. No, I'm just messing with you, man. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right, CPAP. He had to bump and rub paint with Rusty all the time because Rusty was always going so damn slow in the way. That's why. So, that's why he was always rubbing and beating on Rusty, was because he was going so damn slow, he was in the way. It's exactly what you want to do out here on the highway, but we can't. But, Rusty was like that 80-year-old woman that you see on the interstate in the Buick with the left turn signal on, doing, 45 in the hammer lane. That was Rusty Wallace. Snorlord had a Tempo as his first car. Johnny Sacco had a 71 Monte Carlo. Kaislin, you are on thin ice, buddy. You are on thin ice. CPAP had an 82 Mustang. My first car, I'm a lot younger apparently. My first car was a 94 Ford Ranger. And then when I was a senior in high school, I decided I was going to buy a old truck and fix it up. I bought a 67 Ford F100. Food Mooch, man, rocking that Chevy Citation. Woohoo! I'm telling you what now. Snorlord had a 77 Cutlass for a minute. 77, is that the last year of the big one or the first year of the chopped down one? CPAP's only 24, okay. Right. And I got $1 million in the bank too. Kaislin had an 84 Camaro that I blew the pistons out of the head going 110 on the highway. Well, that's what happens when you run an 84 Camaro with a V6 110 miles an hour. Storlord had an 88 Firebird, 77 Cutlass long body car. Yeah, I think 77 was the last year of the big one, right? 78 is when they cut them down, chopped down the trunk and all, made them small. I'm messing with you, Kaislin. I'm messing with you, man. Jeez. Yeah, it was, yeah, that's what I thought, Storlord. 78 is when they ruined them, really. I like the bigger cars. My brothers kid me a lot. I'm the oldest of my two. I got two younger brothers. And I'm really, I was born in the wrong decade, I think. I like everything from the 60s and 70s. Ooh, TJ had a 69 Mercury Montego. I like the big Lincolns and the big Cadillacs from the 70s. I'm talking about the big ones, the ones that you could lay completely down on the hood and put 8-10 people in the trunk. Snorlord's Cutlass caught fire. What's up with you in automobile fires? That's at least 2 of that I know. Kaislin never bought another Chevy product again. He's into Fords. Well, now, okay, I'll let you keep your wrench because you into Fords. Okay, I'll let you slide. Just quit talking about Earnhardt like that. That's a no-go on this channel. But yeah, I like everything old. 77 Datsun B210. I know what a Datsun is. What's a B210? Is that a car or one of the little trucks? B210. That sound, I don't know. I'm not even going to guess. My brother had, when he was in high school, he had a Nissan hardbody truck. I don't know why they call it a hardbody as opposed to soft body. I don't. Anyway, B210 is a hatchback. Okay, never heard of it. I'm not really sure where that hardbody thing came from with the little Nissan trucks. I don't know. Maybe they had some soft-bodied ones, canvas sides or something. I don't know. Anyway, he had one of those little trucks. It was a pretty good little truck for as old as it was. He ended up having a head problem eventually, run it hot, but it was a pretty good little truck. But I'm not much into Toyotas. I like American flags on things. But yeah, I like the old big Lincolns and Cadillacs, and I even like the muscle cars and the sports cars from the late 70s. I had a 79 Trans Am one time. Should have never sold that car. It had been about 2/3 restored. A Chevy Love once. Chevy Love, now. Johnny Sacco, you just don't know what you're missing, man. You just don't know what you're missing when you can ride down the road and know that you ain't gonna break down. That's all you need to know. Jonathan Houston had a 68 Ford F100 360 big block granny low 4-speed. Yep. I had the prior version of the 360. I had the 352 FE motor, and they only put that in for 66 and 67 in the pickups. It was really a car engine. It had a car oil pan on it. Made it a pain in the butt to change oil on it because it dropped the oil right onto the cross member. But anyway, it was a car engine, but 66 and 67 they put that engine in the pickup trucks too. It was 352 uh, in that 67 Ford that I had. Had the oh whatever. You know what? I understand that, Food Mooch. I understand that they have 11 factories here, but where does the money go? Where's the money go back to? Companies in Japan. They might be working, they might be supporting. Look at that. Oh, Johnny Sacco timed out. Oh, man. Yeah, don't be talking trash about my Fords now. CPAP. Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny Sacco. I'm sorry. You're going to have to quit talking the trash on the Fords now. Imported from Detroit, baby. There you go. There you go. Still ain't got nothing on that F-250, though. Still ain't got nothing on that F-250. Oh. We can hook them up anytime you want to. We can hook them up anytime you want to. Oh. Food Moose did a video in Pontiac, Michigan at a place that makes the Cadillac parts. Okay, I'll have to check that out. No, Jason Perry, they have not. They have not. They got a good engine, but, that's exactly the problem. I'll have to figure out a way to get me and my pickup truck to Michigan. That's what I'm going to have to do. That or we might just have to meet up at Matt's next year and I'll drive the pickup to Matt's. How about that? We'll get over in the truck parking lot and hook up. Oh, come on now. You won't have a chance because the motor under my hood be done pulled the frame out from under the body of yours. Yeah, I'll give you. You do have a winch. Fumu says, "Where's Johnny?" Oh, you do have a winch. Yeah, see, that's the difference. So your truck's made for off-roading. Your truck's like the Ford Raptor of the F-250 world or the 3/4 ton world, where my truck is more just, meant for towing and hauling. I don't know how long his timeout works. He's on timeout like Kazan was. I don't know how long Johnny Sacco's timeout is, but he'll be back at some point in time. He'll either be pissed off or pissed on. Hook your winch up to my transmission, huh? Gonna do it dirty style, huh? I see how you... Well, whatever you have to do to win... whatever you need to do to give that ram an advantage, that's what you do. Whatever. I understand that you got to be doing some different things there to be able to win. But anyway... Well, fellas, it has been an hour and 15 minutes, which is about 30 minutes too long. So, Thomas Wilson, you missed Jeff talking trash. I mean, I think we're going to have to call up the drug testing people and get Jeff tested because he's talking some crazy talk. I don't know what he has been doing. That sun has got to him. He said he's been landscaping. So he must, telescoping pedals. I do have them. No, Snorlord, this is over. We got about 2 minutes. But yeah, Thomas, you missed Jeff going crazy. He's been landscaping, and the sun has got to his head. He's gone insane. I don't know if we're going to get anything out of him this week. We may have payroll problems. I don't know what's going on, because he has literally gone crazy. He's challenging the mighty F-250 with that Ram that he's got. We all know that's like a lost cause. But anyway, we won't tell him that. We don't want to hurt his feelings. But anyway, that's all you really missed. Old CPAP knocked Johnny Sacco into timeout. He was talking crap about Earnhardt Sr., and then he went to talking crap about Ford, and CPAP just put the hammer on him and put him in timeout. He's like, that's enough of that mess, and I kind of agreed. Oh, I missed that, Food Mooch. Food Mooch says, I have a job interview Monday for a local work, $22 per hour. Hey, man, that's cool. If that's what you're looking for, is local work, man, $22 an hour, that is a cool deal. I hope it works out for you. 300 minutes. Oh, that's like 3 hours. Jeez, 5 hours. Is it 300 minutes? I already have a Dodge. We all don't. Watch it, Big Rig. Watch it. Yeah, Food Moose, that's a good deal. If that's what you're looking for, I hope you get it too. I hope it works out. I hope it works out to be something you want to do. I understand that it is a true... what's so much difference about... I got a live axle. I understand Jeff has a locker in the front too. I've only got a locker in the rear. Oh, it's 300 seconds. Okay. So that's 5 minutes. Okay, that's not that bad. But the only difference in four-wheel drive that Jeff has and four-wheel drive I have is he's got a locker in the front axle where I've only got one in the rear. But anyway, that's all you missed, Thomas. I'm gonna leave the video up. It's been entirely too long. We're at 70, almost 78 minutes. But it's been fun. I'm gonna try to do these on Sunday nights. I know Snorlord does Saturday night. Jeff does all week with his information that he puts out there, teaching everybody everything. And I don't really have, more that I can add to that. So I'm not going to be doing the multiple things a week. I think I'm going to try to do them on Sunday nights. Just kind of, messing around, giving people something to talk about on Sunday night. There's 18 people in here. That is awesome. I appreciate y'all being here and watching and interacting. And we had fun. At least I did. Snorlord, don't shortchange yourself. Okay? Experiences given is teaching in itself. 10-4. I need this. What? A little smooch? No. You're going to need to be smooching on that truck you got when I pull the frame out from underneath of it. Going to be sitting there in the parking lot and just your cab and bed on the ground. Okay, Thomas works all night. There you go. Well, you have some to listen to. Gravy Train. There you go. Gravy Train. Jeff needs to do whiteboard session on dispatch lease. No, he doesn't. It'd be like 2 seconds. Don't fucking do it. Did I just say that? Don't do it. Don't do that. End of discussion. But anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm going to ease on out of here. We're going to make our delivery in the morning. Everybody have a safe week. I'm going to eat some chicken like Jeff said. Don't think I won't. And everybody be careful, be safe. Keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. And we will see y'all not next Sunday, most likely, because I'll be on vacation. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. We may do a little update in between there. Maybe I'll go live while I'm in Tennessee on vacation. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Y'all be careful, be safe. and we'll get back with y'all later. All right? Thanks for watching.